Hey, it's Jeff Tucker coming to you from Twin Pines Mall on October 26th. Not quite 1:15 a.m., but it's getting there. And I'm here in Back to the Future night where all the local fans of the movie series come to the mall where it was filmed on the day that it was supposed to have happened way back in 1985. The first one of these meetups was in 1985. Bruce Gordon, an Imagineer at the time, assembled a small group of people to just stand here and say, at 1:15, what if? What if it all really happened, or could happen, or would happen? And it didn't. But what it did is, for a guy like me, I was 13 years old when I saw Back to the Future opening night in 1985. I didn't want to go. My brother dragged me to the movies, and I didn't want to go because I was a George Lucas guy, not a Steven Spielberg guy. And yet he dragged me. God bless him, Jimmy. God bless you, Jimmy. You took me to the movies. And I can honestly say, after seeing Star Wars and a bunch of other movies, even big movies like E.T., Raiders of the Lost Ark, nothing affected me the way Back to the Future affected me. And I left that theater exhilarated, completely exhilarated at what you could tell in a story and what you could do with characters that you really liked and a situation that seemed crazy and how's Marty going to get out of it. And I loved every second of that movie. And I went back that summer many times to see it again and again and again. I saw it at the First Run Theater at Pacific Lakewood Mall many times. Pedaled my bike there, even though it was about 6 or 7 miles each way. I would get there for the first show, see it, and be home in time for my mother to get off from work. Then when it moved to the Dollar Theater, I went a lot more because I could afford that a lot better. Then that spring of '86, it came out on videotape. I begged my mother to go buy it for me. And she, to go rent it, you didn't buy movies back then. She actually bought it, which is why I get the story confused. My mother bought me a $60 videotape beta in the spring of 1986, even though we didn't have the money. And I know that she pulled a lot of strings and worked a lot of hours to get that tape. And I watched it every day practically when I got home from school. And even after I got it, I still went to the movies to see it. And it's just been such an inspiration to me in my life that you could tell a story like that. Everybody knows me. I'm not one of those tribe people where I join a tribe, and I'm just not. Even the stuff that, like Scary Farm. I'm big into Scary Farm, but I don't really wear a lot of Scary Farm paraphernalia. I give it away. When I get it from work and somebody comments, I go, you want it, you can have it. And I give it away. I don't have a lot of Scary Farm paraphernalia because of that. But this is the one exception. And then everybody have the one exception, right? Like here I am wearing Marty's hat. This is the theme park hat from 1989 that they sold at the park. I just managed to reclaim this from my youth. Oh my God. It's not mine from when I was a kid, but it's the same style and time period. And I'm really shocked that I was able to find it because they're incredibly hard to find because once they enter a collection, they don't come out. But as often as I saw the movie and dreamed of being in the movie, like watching the movie wasn't enough. I wanted to be in it. I wanted to live in Hill Valley, sneaking in the studio to be in Hill Valley and take pictures that nobody else could. It never occurred to me that so many years later, here we are, 37 years later, and we're at the mall where Bruce Gordon had that first meeting, and there are DeLoreans here, and Marty's truck is here, and hoverboards, and there's a guy over there selling replicas of the plutonium rods, and he's got Doc's remote control. There's a guy running around as Doc Brown, and at least 30 people dressed as Marty, which is why I didn't dress as Marty, even though I put together my own costume. It's not quite as good as these folks, but I do I do join the tribe in my own way, right? Isn't that what we all? With Back to the Future, there's no gateway. There's no gatekeeper. You can like it as much as you want. You can participate as much as you want, and everybody's still welcome. And that's what I always really liked about it. Like, I came down here at the mall. I don't know anybody. I have no idea anybody here. I saw a guy that I've watched on YouTube named German in Venice, but that's about it. I don't see Adam the Woo here. I don't see Justin from Randallland here. There's just, I don't know, 110, 120 people who are just really big Back to the Future fans, and they're soaking it up to be in the spot. I mean, this pole here marks, see this pole here? That marks where Doc parked his truck. And we can see over here where Marty fell down the embankment, where he skateboarded up. And it's weird to think, all these years later, when I was 13, just having my mind blown in that movie theater and all of the good feeling. I mean, Back to the Future just makes me feel good when I watch it. I don't watch it as often as I used to. When I watch it, it's kind of like an event now. And I tear up and I cheer and I just feel really good. But I couldn't have predicted that all these years later, there'd still be people coming to the mall. I mean, Puente Hills Mall is not anything like it used to be. It is not a very exciting place to be. But for Back to the Future fans, it's hallowed ground. This is where Marty got in a DeLorean. This is where the Libyans attacked. This is where Doc rolled it out of the truck in that magic moment where Marty and Einstein are looking at it. It's really cool. And I'm not one who gets taken in or impressed by that kind of stuff. But it's really cool that just this little movie in the summer of '85, which wasn't supposed to be the big one. The big one was supposed to be Goonies. And Back to the Future went on to become the #1 film of the year. That all these years later, there'd be such a fandom built up around it. And people taking their DeLoreans, which are collectible cars to begin with, and converting them into time machines. And yet, like I said, here we are. It's just really, really cool. I came out alone. The family didn't want to go. You know, they're all exhausted and they're in bed. And here I am, time traveling into tomorrow morning at Puente Hills Mall, or Twin Pines Mall. So greetings from the future. It's really cool. Your future is whatever you make it, so make it a good one. Hey, Doc.
Doc's all ready. Switching to the fusion reactor. Sure. All right. Actually, I know a shot of this and I'm done. It is now, of course, about midnight here.
Check out that 4x4, which is what everybody else has already said. So
this is my friend Steven. This is my friend PJ. Right. He has the Marty truck. The modern Marty truck.
There's a little truck there. Oh, this is great. Look at that.
You borrow for Halloween? That's where? What's his name?
One's right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this was.
To see what you don't know is that all of this used to be farmland. As far as the eye could see, Old Man Peabody owned all of this. He had some crazy idea about breeding pine trees. Things have certainly changed around here.
I know. Yes. I'm friends with him on Facebook. I didn't think he was going to come tonight.
Look at all the DeLoreans. This guy's got Italy on the phone, FaceTiming Italy there.
Marty, trying to give you a message about the future. Oh, Marty!
I think I've fallen through the rabbit hole. Into the Back to the Future rabbit hole.
Well, we'll have to do it at this time of day because that's, a specific time when they typically I know it's about what, Yeah. So yeah, gentleman right there. On the roof.
The guy dressed as George McFly. It's a great costume. He's got the cake. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I count 9 DeLoreans here. That's a lot of DeLoreans in one spot for Southern California. That's great. What does Marty say? Someday, Jennifer, someday.
I have my top down and
We have Daniel setting up the camera to take the photo, the group photo. We were here a couple of years back, and a truck ran right through the photo, revving its tire. Yeah, right across here. He did not like us being there at all. It was really scary.
Let's have the energy.
All right, now we're back, and they're setting up the group photo. Like I said, I've been hanging out with David Dirks here. There's David. Now we're gonna take the photo. And here's where Marty rode his skateboard down. We're right on the same area here. There was a clothes time across the street back there. It's almost 1:15 a.m. to take the photo. This whole place used to be farmland.
As far as the eye could see.
As far as the eye could see. Who owned it?
Oh, I didn't.
Old man Peabody. Old man
See?
P had a crazy idea of
Okay,
raising
guys.
I'm
Let's
with
move
my
out of this.
people now, as you can see.
Move out of this point here. He is late. There he is.
Yeah, he's coming in.
Marty's coming. I think next year we should get all the Martys who can skateboard to go with the skate.
Who turned out all the lights? Glad you guys are here. I totally tripped over something. How's everybody doing?
Really?
Everyone,
Whatever.
we were the Sauce Marty's here, but thank you to Chris Foster for being the Marty again.
How's everybody doing? Same one? I'm not.
We're here. It's 1:15 officially, so we're past that. We're going to take our 1:15 photo. So thanks everyone for being here. So only because there's a giant group, which is awesome. It's the biggest turnout yet. For an unofficial event, which is awesome. We're all hardcore dedicated fans. So we're going to have to, everyone squeeze in more.
We need to back up a little.
Have a few more layers of people up front. It's because it's too wide of a group.
This is going to be our best shot in 10 years, everybody.
We back up. Daniel! Oh no, don't back up. Move forward. Don't listen to me. Sorry.
Great shot. Even when there's like 10 people here, it's cool, but this is like amazing.
I don't think we haven't had this size since 2015. 2015 was a big year.
You guys go ahead and go back. You guys this side. Angle back. You guys
Double back?
No, you guys. Double back. You guys. Sorry, the camera. I'm going to keep a picture way up here is the same angle as the shot from the film when Marty scoots down.
Yeah, shift over.
Oh, okay. I'm going to count this for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3,
Run, Daniel.
4, 5,
We got the suspense!
7,
Run for it, Marty!
10.
Don't go along. Don't go along.
What did I tell you?
One more. We do the watch. He does the watch.
All right, yeah. Right arm, left arm.
When Daniel Lou counts to 10, you're gonna see some serious shit.
Don't take the long way around. It goes like around. Yeah, the water. Yeah.
Have you no concept of time?
Okay, now a jumping one.
Thank you. Awesome. So awesome. Hey, you too.
Well, there it was. The 115 Twin Pines Mall adventure. Right, David?
Hello.
The greatest thing ever, right?
Absolutely.
What was your name again?
I'm Jeff Tucker. How are you?
Jeff
Nice
Tucker.
to meet
I'm
you.
Chris
How you
Bagash. Hey,
How are you?
Good to see you. Oh, hey.
There you are.
Thank you for making me laugh.
Oh,
The greatest
sure.
gift of all.
Sure, right? This is the only place I can make those references that people get them.
Oh, yeah.
My family just stares at me.
Same here. We probably all have this in common.
That's right.
And the more people that come, the more validated maybe we are. Because
That's
they're like,
right.
what are you doing again?
I know.
Are you going to be alone? No, I swear. There's others.
I told my wife what I'm doing. She's like, I'm going to bed. I said, I totally get it. But there's going to be a lot of people there, so it's good.
Lots of ask.
That's right.
I hope you have pleasant dreams to the missus.
And we'll see you in the future.
Yes, or the past.
In the past. Precisely. It's the only place I can do all these references. Nothing capable of generating that kind of power is a bolt of lightning. What did you just say? A bolt of lightning. Unfortunately, you never know when or where it's ever going to hit. We do now. Let's see that. This is it. It says that, according to the flyer, the clock tower will be struck by lightning at 10:04 p.m. Saturday night. If we could somehow harness this power, channel it into the flux capacitor. Next Saturday night, we're sending you back to the future. That's great, Doc. I can hang out. You show me around? No, Marty. You must not interact with anyone. Anything you do could have serious repercussions on future events. Did you interact with anybody today? I kind of might have sort of bumped into my parents. It just goes on and on. There's Marty McFly right there. Jesus Christ, Doc. You disintegrated Einstein. No, Marty. Both the molecular structure of him and the car are completely intact. Then where the hell are they? No, when in the hell are they? You see, Einstein has just become the world's first time traveler. I sent him into the future. 1 minute into the future. In precisely 1 minute, we will catch up with him in the time machine. There go the DeLoreans. Another successful meetup, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Twin Pines Mall, October 26, 1:15 a.m. This is Temporal Experiment Meetup, number, 37. Lights are out. That's it. The party's over. All right. I came, I saw, I conquered, hung out with David Dirks, which was great. We talked movies for like 30, 40 minutes. It was great. And now there's a DeLorean right here. Look at that. A DeLorean going right by me. Yes. Go back in time and tell my 13-year-old self that we'll still be celebrating this movie this many years later with all these people having a good time at this mall. Wouldn't have believed it. And yet here we are. Like I said at the beginning of this, here we are. Twin Pines. I mean, you can just see that's where the DeLorean drove right there. You can see right there. It's great to be here. Look at this guy. He has the greatest shirt in the world right there. Look at this. It's fantastic.
Take a button.
Oh, a button. Thank you so much. We'll see you in the future.
Or the past.
Precisely. He gave me a button. Isn't that great? The greatest fandom in the world. Marvel people fight all day over who's better, who's this. Back to the Future people just go, everything's cool. Everything's great. All right. Now we begin the drive home. This is Jeff Tucker signing off from Twin Pines Mall. Actually, now it would be Lone Pine Mall because a lot of shit went down. But that's okay. See you later, guys.